Oh, good afternoon, fellow strugglers. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Happy Zombie Jesus Day. Pretty certain I've killed Zombie Jesus a few times in the past week.
Same.
Damn Romans. Oh, was it the Romans?
Yeah.
Mm.
But you know.
Should
Now
have
I
really
can-
brushed up on my Bible studies before today.
Forgive and forget.
Well, yeah, now I can do whatever
Fine.
the fuck I want because
Yeah.
Jesus died, right? That's how it works.
Yeah, true.
You are listening to Pro Players. We play games badly and we speculate wildly. Extremely wildly.
Especially today.
I am Matt, and as sometimes I'm joined by Rob
Yes.
and Jared.
Hello.
And we are here to give you, fun news and reviews. I think
Sometimes
that's
it's
it.
not fun. This
Sometimes
doesn't feel like fun. This feels like a bit of
This
actual
feels like
work.
too much chocolate.
I definitely
think.
feel heavy as, I guess, the cross that Jesus carried.
Fuck.
That's true.
Yeah.
We just got to...
It's the burden that I'm carrying of pro
But,
plays.
we're not sponsored by Jesus,
No.
but we got to get in as many of those. Like, we're just saying, Jesus, if you want to sponsor.
Look, it's once a year.
Exactly.
If he
Twice.
sponsors us, do we not have to pay tax?
True, but this
True.
is a religion, so...
Is that how this works?
Yeah. Speaking of... Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah.
Can we talk about
Let's
this
start
now?
off. That's a segue straight in,
Oh.
straight through. Ubisoft has donated €500,000 to the rebuilding of Notre Dame, which I personally,
How much is that?
Let me
Roughly.
crunch some. Let
It's
me
a
crunch
lot.
some quick numbers. Continue.
I think it makes more sense than our government, the American government, personal donations from outside of France. Like,
Why does it make sense though?
but the
They're in France.
Notre Dame is a national icon. As much as it's like a church building that doesn't pay tax, it's still an icon.
Yeah, so it's what $787,000 Australian dollars
Call it a mil.
donated.
Let's round up.
It's a quarter of a mil.
It's a mil.
It's a mil.
I think it's
It's
3/4
2
of a
mil.
million.
2 mil.
Look, they
Yeah,
also...
3/4 of a million. I'm
Yeah.
fucking tired. Nah, look. Okay, I get it. It's an icon. Cool. Cool. Churches don't pay taxes. Religion doesn't pay tax.
Mhm.
So they'd have a surplus of money sitting there. It's not like, what do they do? They don't play video games, do they? Like, where's the money going?
Lawsuits.
Charitable events? Saving private priests?
Saying.
I think it makes sense for Ubisoft to do it though.
I-
That'd be a pretty big deal in
It's
France.
just a
Yeah.
publicity stunt for them
Oh,
to
of
get
course
a
it
little
is.
bit of...
Of course it is. Because Notre Dame's
Will
in
it be
their
a
game
tax
as well.
write-off, right?
Yeah,
And
it's
then-
a charitable
Potentially.
donation.
Apparently they're using it to help
Speculating wildly. Tax
remodel
write-off.
Notre Dame.
There's no trees
From
high
the
enough
Oh,
to...
yeah, actually, that was
there's
one
no trees
thing.
high enough to rebuild it.
Yeah.
There was actually one thing that
In
was
France.
very interesting out of it, was that Ubisoft and some professor from America are the only two places that have a really detailed 3D model of Notre Dame because of, well, not the other guy, but Ubisoft, because of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
So they had to model the
Yeah.
whole thing. So they've actually got a really detailed model that they'll probably end up using, I imagine,
To
rebuild it.
Rebuild it.
that's kind of cool.
That's pretty cool. That's
That's
why I think
got
they've got a
nothing
link.
to do with
They're
donation.
huge in France. They've made a donation.
I definitely
It wouldn't be any
now,
skin off their nose
Nothing
either, I dare
to
say.
any of our religious listeners out there. Nothing against religion. I just think it's a bit strange that someone who doesn't pay tax, aka not me, can just take charitable donations of $250,000
They've
to
got a billion
rebuild
now, don't
their
they?
headquarters.
Well, it's not their headquarters.
It
It's
is.
not the
Let's be
Vatican.
honest. It is now. It's the headquarters.
I mean, I
It's a
didn't
forward
finish
outpost.
Assassin's Creed Unity,
Forward
but I'm
outpost.
pretty certain that's where the assassins live.
Oh, true.
So forward outpost,
No
really,
wonder
of
they're
the church.
rebuilding.
Yeah, that's the first news off the block. We've got our foreign correspondent is back, who's going to give us a brief rundown, so very brief as I can see the notes, of his time in the United States of USA.
Do you want video game rundown or do you just want a rundown?
Just give us a
Let's
rundown.
give us a rundown, but you did some video game stuff.
We did. So video game stuff first. We went to Nintendo America in Times Square, which was amazing. We went to the launch of Yoshi's Crafted World, which involved we had to do craft shit to get free stuff. Mm-hmm. So we did that, and we got a free Yoshi patch.
The way you're saying that makes it sound super enjoyable.
It was the worst. There was 14,000 kids all trying to climb on the tables to get this done to get free stuff.
And then one giant man,
Yeah.
child.
Yeah. And it was just
Building.
us in there amongst it. Well,
Yeah.
I was slapping kids out of the way. Don't
What I
get me
could
wrong.
imagine would be paper mache dicks.
So the launch of Yoshi was just do some craft, get a free stuff, and it was busier than it should have been.
Yeah.
So we got the hell out of there and went back the next day when it was quieter.
And there'll be photos?
100% chuck some
Social
photos
media?
up on social.
Yeah.
What else did we do video game wise? Went to some old retro game places, which given their locations in New York were a little bit overpriced. So I picked up some old wrestling games from Mega Drive. That
Very
just
good.
looked cool. Other than that, just did wrestling stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to WrestleMania, which is a bit of a childhood dream of mine. Hard to put into words, but 80,000 people that all like wrestling, young and old.
I mean,
All
WrestleMania
cheering.
is a word.
It is.
I feel
yeah.
like it kind of
It's a
does.
pretty good way to put
It's
it
a pretty
into
good
a word.
word.
Yeah, it works, doesn't it?
It works.
So yeah, it's
Literally
literally
just
just
name it after that word.
the whole city of New York was taken over by wrestling fans, so that was pretty fucking cool.
Mhm.
Anywhere you went, you were meeting wrestling fans. Whereas in Australia, wrestling fans aren't really around. I don't know if they exist. I found one in my time.
Look,
Small kids seem to like it because John Cena, but otherwise people don't seem to appreciate it.
wrestling
Whereas over there, it's the norm. Even people that don't like wrestling, because I was wearing wrestling shirts going into stores and stuff, they'd high five you, they'd talk about the matches that were the night before, stuff like that. In Australia, you just don't get that.
No,
You get it with footy. Footy. Daniel's not
Footy.
here. Footy's still a thing.
Oh yeah, where is the Daniel?
He's off. He's still on Easter.
Oh.
He's with Jesus.
Has he left
Yeah.
the country? Like
Just to confirm, he's not with Jesus.
He's not dead.
Rip Daniel.
But,
But yeah, that's it. It was good. It was amazing. Good to be back.
yeah.
There's video games to be played. I had to come
Oh,
back.
there are many video games to be played, which we'll go into after more news. Which first up, we have the. I'm trying to think what came first. I think it was Star Wars
Star Wars.
in our list of news here, in chronological order. Star Wars Celebration happened last week.
Yep.
Was it? Yep.
Last weekend.
And they showed the trailer for the new Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker, and they showed the trailer for the new Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Jared seems very ecstatic about all of this.
I love Star Wars. Star Trek Wars.
How good's Star Trek, though?
I don't know.
Star Wars.
But the no gameplay still for Fallen Order, which is a bit, but they're gonna.
I'm
I
looking
imagine.
forward to that game.
So they announced it last E3
Mhm.
with a weird guy sitting in the crowd saying, "Here's what it's called."
But we don't have anything.
Yeah, we
yet.
got nothing. We didn't get anything. And now they give us a trailer that's all CGI or
Yeah.
in-game engine,
Which
and still no gameplay.
looks good. It looks promising.
It does.
But gameplay is key, especially when it comes to an EA game.
They're clearly going to leave it till E3, which we're just going to have to accept.
So
Yeah.
this is the equivalent of me right now going, okay, listeners, doing a Star Wars game. It's called The Star Wars Game. Give me 12 months to make a shitty trailer.
Pretty much.
Well,
It's been a weird...
Weird.
The
There was a
whole
weird...
build-up is a bit
it
weird
was
for a Star
weird,
Wars game.
yeah.
Star Wars game is a big deal.
but I feel like they're sitting on it because of Battlefront. Like,
Probably.
with the controversy around that, it affected EA. Definitely affected EA.
Good.
And the morale of the companies
Good.
that worked for them.
I don't know if that's a good scenario. Like, the companies that
change.
work for them are not
You need
responsible.
stuff to happen.
Like, the developers and the little offshoot, like, development companies, their hands are friggin' tied when they sign with the devil.
You can very
That's
much tell
The devil.
that
Christmas, Easter.
True, ties in all over. You can very much tell that the people who work on Battlefront 2, specifically that communicate with the Reddit and like the social media managers, they very much want that game to succeed, but you can also tell they're held back so much by what EA lets them do.
They make a lot of promises that they do not keep.
Yeah, which
Right now, I
which
just
for
don't pay
them,
attention.
they're like now that happened a lot early on, and now it doesn't happen because they won't actually release any information until an update's like 24 hours away. Sometimes they won't even release the information until after it's come out.
And when we say update, we mean not much, because
New maps and game modes are pretty big.
not very often is that happening.
If it's free,
Can't make money off it if it's free.
I'd rather go back to paying for it and having decent content added.
Yeah, bring back microtransactions. What happened to those?
Nah, I like the old school season pass. You pay for them out.
Why can't I buy loot boxes?
but then the argument
Oh,
of,
you can. Don't worry. You can.
but then fracturing the player base,
Yeah, I know. It's hard.
it's a complicated issue. And look, we are the experts to deal with it.
we,
but,
we are the problem. and the solution.
Exactly.
See, I'm just like, my thoughts on, like, I'm just like, just fucking buy it. If you're enjoying it, just buy it. I don't give a shit.
But by what?
Like, any expansions and stuff. Sorry, I might have gone off track. I'm fucking cooked.
It is after the long weekend,
Oh.
and we all have had a very long weekend. So forgive us if we ramble.
We ramble anyway.
We ramble anyway. You guys love it.
Yeah.
One thing I would like to point out, because I just noticed a pop violin here, it is confirmed that Snap Wexley is in Rise of Skywalker, which I think is the
Very
most
exciting.
important news to come out of Celebration.
Yeah.
Snap Wexley, obviously the Wedge Antilles type character of the new Star Wars films. Most important character in the history of Star Wars, Wedge Antilles, just in case.
Words.
Yep.
Words.
In fact, he's Ewan McGregor's uncle.
Jared's nodding in agreement.
Ewan McGregor plays Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You could tell me literally anything you want right now, and I'd just have to believe you.
I am the King of France.
I think he was talking about Star Wars.
Fuck. Well, that's basically all the Star Wars stuff. Our wild
We
speculation.
got a trailer. We got a release date too.
Yeah, did we
Yeah,
get
the
a
game
November-
looks good.
November
Like, the
15.
trailer makes the game look good. I,
The
hope they
in-engine
don't, I honestly
trailer.
just hope they don't fuck it up. Like,
I don't think they will. I
I
trust
think it'll be good.
Respawn.
Like,
Is
I
it
would-
open world?
I would have
No.
rather the MMORPG.
I think it's going to
Star
be
Wars.
similar to Force Unleashed. Not
okay.
linear, but linear.
That's pretty linear.
I don't think they're making an open world Star Wars game.
Oh,
It wouldn't be
God.
coming out this year if that was happening.
That would be.
That would be.
They want not enough money.
This
Nor-
just in, confirmed MMORPG. That's what it'll be. Confirmed.
They already have that though.
It's going to be better.
True. The Old Republic on console.
And Respawn has never done an open world game to my knowledge. So I don't know how that'd go. I'd expect similar to. Not Titanfall story.
Well, it's got the wall running.
Definite.
So
Wall
it's
running has been
basically
confirmed.
Titanfall.
A cross between Titanfall and Force Unleashed is what I'm expecting. Third person.
Which wouldn't be the
Which
worst.
they confirmed, which is pretty obvious. But
Yeah.
But that's really all for Star Wars. The other news in the past couple of weeks, the PlayStation 5
confirmed. It's
in
coming.
quotation, not quotation marks, in like this is possibly the name, but
The
totally,
next generation of
what else is
PlayStation
it going to be?
is coming.
The PlayStation 1X.
And it's sooner than
PlayStation 360.
Yeah.
some
5
people
makes
thought,
no sense.
I reckon next year.
It should be good. It's going to have an SSD, which they haven't said how big it'll be.
1 terabyte.
They haven't said
There's
how big
no
it'll be.
point of anything less than that.
They're going to
haven't
set the
said how
bar
big.
for other consoles. Other
Oh, for
consoles
sure.
are going to have to put SSD
Oh,
in now.
Microsoft and
What are
wouldn't
our-
know what's going on already.
What are our predictions, price point wise, in Australian dollars?
$650.
$699.
$799.
Nah.
I
You
don't
got to leave
think.
room for the pro model when that comes out.
Yeah,
I think
Can't
it's
launch
still
at
not.
$799.
$1099 Pro model.
Oh. They've
It's
made
still
that
not
mistake
enough.
with PS3. They'll never do it
Yeah,
again.
I don't
They'll
think it's
never
ever
do
going to
it
be
again.
enough for it to be that expensive a console.
We'll see.
Because you
I've
can
got the
buy
inside scoop, so you guys are wrong.
you can buy a budget PC for that will run all those games at.
Probably
See,
8K.
people say
Yeah,
that.
like,
we
to
talked
be
about.
say
honest-
this, but I don't like. Yeah,
It can be done. Like you get third party parts of like you can buy an Nvidia card.
it's
but
just like
got a
buying new off the
third-party
shelf
casing.
stuff. Oh, like new off the shelf stuff.
Yeah. Like it's just, and you put it all together yourself. You can buy something for that. So why would you get a console when, other than exclusives, why would you get a console when you can do that to play the same games
They
at
have
the
to
same?
keep it at the
PC
price
gaming
point.
is definitely AIDS.
Fucking hate PC gaming.
That's
a
where
whole
all
nother
the
podcast.
strategy is.
Exactly.
So it's also going to have an 8-core AMD thing, processor,
Flops?
GPU.
How many teraflops? They didn't
They
even
said
talk
nothing about the
teraflops.
flops.
Fuck, that's why I didn't even read it.
No flops.
Backwards compatibility confirmed,
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah, that's
which
good.
is huge. That's
Only PlayStation
massive.
4 though, but
Yeah,
that's
that's
all
fine.
that fucking matters.
That's fine.
Is it going to be only PlayStation? 4?
Yeah, they said that.
Yeah.
They
They're
said
not-
it.
they're not
it's-
going
They
back
said
to
it had the
PS3.
technology to emulate all previous.
Yeah, so PlayStation now.
PlayStation 4.
So PlayStation now will be on it.
Because we've literally written off PlayStation 3. It's done.
Yeah.
I'm really confused.
You're not going to be able to put
It's
it.
not uncommon that you're confused.
So,
Yeah.
PlayStation 4 is the same. That can emulate, and it does in PlayStation Now. You can play PS3 games. You can play PS2 games.
But don't we not get PlayStation Now here?
No, we don't.
No,
Because
we
we're in a
don't.
third
But
world
we can
country.
play. It's backwards compatible. You can put in a PS3.
No, you
disc.
can't.
No, you can't.
What?
What the fuck are you talking about? No, you
Fuck.
can't.
How many drugs have you taken this morning?
Just coffee.
Fuck.
What did I put in that?
Doing
coffee?
a number on me.
Yeah, you cannot play a PS3
oh,
game on a
I
PS4.
But
definitely
you
thought
will
you
be
could.
able to put a PS4 disc into a PS5 and it'll play.
Correct. They've all
Yeah.
been confirmed. That's happening.
I've
Okay.
confirmed it, so it's fine.
Also, more exciting news, you can also use your current PlayStation VR on the PS5.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious.
Which means they are not only supporting it, they're going to
There was
improve it.
very much speculation in the that first article that I think is Wired.
Yeah.
Sony shared that they're working on next generation VR. though.
Yeah, 100%.
I can't wait. VR is the best thing ever.
I
The
fucking
best,
love VR.
yeah.
We've been hammering VR the last 3 or 4 days.
Yep.
Batman
it's
VR. Oh my
very-
god, if you haven't played it, play it. I know I'm a bit behind, but it was
little bit behind.
friggin' delicious.
VR is next level, and for Sony to support it that heavily, that puts them apart from Microsoft,
Yeah.
which is a smart move.
Wait,
Um,
what was that article where somebody...
Forbes had an article saying PS4 won the console generation by playing it safe
and being boring?
and being boring, essentially, which I did
But
not agree
how?
with. Forbes is usually on point.
Yeah, I'm confused.
That's
Are they...
a rubbish article.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
clickbait.
Yeah,
if
fuck
I've
you,
ever seen
Forbes.
it.
I do actually think that at the end, Xbox is making a comeback.
Yeah, because PS5 already had it won.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't do anything crazy at the end. They don't need to.
No.
Now they're just releasing blockbuster AAA games.
I think Games
Non-stop.
Pass is a slow burn for
Yeah.
Xbox. In like, it's such an easy sell.
Xbox has definitely won the last 2 years. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong.
The other thing for the PlayStation, but I'm just going to come up with different names for it because there's no confirmed name.
PlayStation Elite.
PlayStation
PlayStation
Erection.
Scorpio.
Sounds good.
PlayStation Day 1 edition. They loaded up Spider-Man in a PS4 Pro,
Yeah.
and the load time to get into that was...
Fast travel time.
Oh, fast
So
travel
fast
time.
traveling on the map.
Yeah, it was 15 seconds-ish.
It doesn't feel like 15 seconds. I didn't realise it was that long.
Because it's a cool animation of Spider-Man on the subway.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Definitely like... Oh my god, I wasted so much time fast travelling.
Well, the trains have sped up apparently because on the PlayStation... Oh, God. I've started thinking of new names and now I can't think of any.
PlayStation Webcaster.
Yep.
This is Spider-Man.
It is 0.8 seconds,
Fuck.
which is huge.
I'm
That's
not
a
ready for
big-
that.
So it must have a
difference.
lot of flops.
That's a lot of flops. I'm disappointed
PlayStation
in you about
flops.
Like, how much flop do you need, really?
A lot.
All the flop?
Maybe, yeah, to PlayStation teraflops.
I'd buy it. But yeah, it was a weird announcement though. So Sony didn't say any of this. This was an
Yeah.
article shared by Sony.
Which I have a theory is that Wired, whoever the reporter was, had a source and they were going to leak it and it was all going to be accurate. And I feel like they went to Sony and was like, if you give us this article, we'll publish the article and you'll be able to control the release of it.
I feel like there was some espionage involved.
It's possible. Wouldn't Sony come out with an official release though before
But
the
that's
article?
why I think the article
You
is.
think that's essentially
That's
what
why
it
they
is?
got on the front foot.
It's interesting.
But it's the same thing. I don't get why. Why would they explain it to Wired magazine before doing their own press release? Or
When do we see it? Wild speculation.
E3.
PSX?
They're not doing E3. They're
Or
not
Paris
doing anything
Games
at E3. PlayStation will not be doing anything in June.
No, there'll be like there'll be a
'Cause PSX is
Microsoft
December.
E3 thing going on, and then you'll see PS bust through the doors.
On a tank.
You do nothing, and then they'll drop the PS5,
Done.
throw a water bottle at the
Sean Layton?
at the Microsoft people and be like, boom, mic drop, I'm out, done.
You know what I'd love to see? It's the Xbox conference, and they're like, "Oh, this is what our new console is going to look like," and then the thing comes off as just a PlayStation.
Yeah, this is what it's going to look like. God of War music playing.
Swear.
And then all the banners come down. It's like that scene in The Simpsons where the Soviet Union comes back.
Yeah.
So I assume they're waiting for Xbox to show their cards at E3.
Yeah, well, it's pretty.
When's the next State of Play?
They haven't
Oh,
said.
they haven't said. Who fucking knows? It's
So
like a
it's not-
Nintendo Direct.
It's not going to be a console one. It's not going to be before E3 because they're going to build it. They build it for at least a month if they're going to announce a console.
Yeah.
And it's end of April now.
Needless to say, instant purchase, whatever it is.
I don't know if instant. Depends
Instant.
how much it is.
You start paying it off now. AB's probably got up for pre-order.
Just buy it.
True.
Start trading now.
Just start selling that bod.
Well, you know, I don't have to.
Chicken, brown
The money just gets thrown at me.
Yeah. Does it hurt having those coins hit your face?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Fuck.
The other news was from the other side of the spectrum, Xbox. They had their final Inside Xbox before E3, which, you know, I've never actually sat through an Inside Xbox, and
This is
I
why.
probably won't again.
This is why.
It's like a Nintendo Direct is so well made and entertaining, and Inside Xbox is kind of like, it's like watching the press conferences, but with all the excitement taken out.
Yeah, and the announcements taken out.
Yeah, like they've got, like, yes, the hosts are pretty charismatic and everything's run smoothly, but I'm just not...
It's just nothing that needs to be in a video.
Yeah.
It should be just an article.
Yeah, so the big ones confirmed, Xbox One S, all digital edition, because we need more words.
Is that what it's called?
That is the name. It's the
Fuck.
Xbox One S all
Whoever
digital
is
edition.
involved with the marketing needs a slap on the head.
Like, why the fuck are they calling it an edition?
And it looks all the same. It doesn't even look different.
It's just missing the disc drive.
Just missing a disc drive. That's
Yeah.
it.
Xbox Digi1.
There's no
Maybe?
price for that I've been able to find for Australia yet, but it's going to be $250 US.
Ugh, so it's going to be expensive here. for
Which
less stuff.
they're selling Xbox One S standards for $300 US. Why the fuck would you pay $50 less?
Yeah, so we all thought this was going to be a lot cheaper, right?
Yeah.
This is very strange.
Definitely.
I like the idea of all digital consoles because I hate having to get up and change games. I dislike the fact that I have to pay the same amount for a lesser product. Is it an X or an S?
S.
It's an S.
So the One S on
If they did it with an X, I'd buy it instantly. I wouldn't even hesitate.
the
And
One
so
S
this
online
is-
now is $349 Australia
Yeah.
with 3 games.
Which
And
would
they're not
probably
old
be,
games.
what, like $250?
So it's going to be
US
$250.
anyway?
That's the same price.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be that.
No.
$299. So it's $50.
Not
You're
worth
paying $50 to lose
a disc drive.
a disc drive.
Yeah.
And then
But
They're
not
saving
only,
$50.
not just a disc drive, it's a 4K player. Like, as much as it's not a proper 4K player by your standards, Rob,
It still plays
it's
4K.
it plays 4K. You can play 4K video through it,
No, you can't.
and now you can't.
you could stream.
You can stream it, but if
on
you
Australian internet.
if you've got a collection, like, I feel like people who get into 4K media,
They're not going to
you
buy that
buy-
anyway. They're not
you
going to
buy 4K,
player.
not a player, but you buy 4K discs,
Yeah.
movies and stuff.
But if you're buying 4K discs, you obviously like physical releases, so you're not going to buy a digital console for the purpose of playing 4Ks.
What's their market?
No,
though?
but for
What's
some
their
people,
market?
like, it's like
The
when
market
Microsoft,
would be probably like small. I'm going to say this is small apartment living,
for the One S.
college students.
Why is it a
1S.
1S then?
Hey,
You
No,
could have done a 1 and made it $100, $150.
yeah,
Gotta
but
give
the
them
one's
something.
shit.
Yeah, well,
No, I think there is an attractiveness to some people that, like, because
it.
what's a 4K player on its own worth?
$50.
decent one,
Like, one,
500 to 1,000.
that's more than the console. So
Yeah.
you can get a game console and a 4K player all in one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been Microsoft's thing from the get-go with the Xbox One, is that you can run all
Same
your
with the
media through it.
PlayStation 3 and the Blu-ray.
Yeah,
That was
like,
the same thing for them.
I like
That's-
it. I think it has its place, but I think they should have kept off the discless version until the next console release. 'Cause there's no point to it now. We're getting so close to new console release. Like,
oh, we're still like 10 years away from a completely digital
yeah,
thing. Like, we're not running computers.
yeah.
We're running consoles.
And our internet's still shit. So
I'd go discless.
I'd go discless if I could, but
I wouldn't-
still
I
not
like physical
cheaper.
stuff.
No, it's not cheap enough to do it. But
It's never going to be cheaper in Australia, so I'll never do it.
it'll be cheaper once they're the well.
I'd be playing Days Gone midnight Thursday night if it wasn't $30-$40 more to not have a disc.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
What a
that's the
fucking
digital.
joke.
Actual like content for digital is ridiculous. Like,
What a joke.
why would I pay $40 more than what I can get in store for something that's that's literally just has to be shot into my PlayStation?
Zero
Like,
value.
there's
So
no
they've saved
value
money on
to
the
it.
disc, they've saved money on the everything.
Yeah,
Like
I've
the
lost
printing,
trade
the
value.
printing and that would cost them a
printing
fortune.
and shipping. Yeah.
Printing and shipping would cost them a fortune.
So
Yet
we
they
wear
can't-
all the costs.
And they have to push through all the updates as well.
Yeah,
So, like,
like-
that's still something they're paying for.
Yeah, it just
It baffles me. And in other countries, I could be wrong, digital's much more feasible, price-wise.
Digital's much more prevalent pretty much everywhere else.
But Australia
Except
is-
probably New
Yeah.
Zealand.
Although our digital content has always been more expensive for some reason because we're about 15 years behind everyone else.
But now it should be getting to the point where it's not.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's no word of it ever
Especially seeing as
changing.
places like Microsoft and Sony have big servers in Australia.
Correct.
Big localized servers to handle all that traffic. Either way, it'll be interesting to see how that all digital sells in Australia. I
If it
doubt
will.
we're nearing the end of the cycle.
Do you think it's going to sell on
I
Australia?
think it's going to sell. It's going to be here.
I think it'd be. I thought it would be up on EB Games website by now.
I don't think. Yeah,
It was
there's
not
been
announced
There's
recently.
been no word of a release for it in Australia.
Who
so,
says we get it?
No, why wouldn't we?
well, we're not getting the Stadia. Why wouldn't we get
Not
that?
yet.
Not ever.
No, we'll get it.
No, it's
Whether
confirmed.
it works well.
Yeah.
Confirmed. Never getting it.
Ah, that's a pro play's confirmation, which is highly dubious.
I don't
Suck it
reckon. My call would be we don't get it in Australia.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see.
EB Games have probably PS6 up for pre-order now.
Yeah.
Why the fuck
Yeah.
would
I've
they
already
have
pre-
an already confirmed by Microsoft all digital edition up for pre-order?
I've already
Yeah.
pre-ordered.
Half-Life
PlayStation
3?
X.
No, that doesn't count. Half-Life 3's been on pre-order since
Since Half-Life 1.
what 90 something,
Sure.
2000 something. I don't know.
Don't get me started on Half-Life 3.
No,
I
I'm
can't
not.
deal with it.
No one cares
I
about
believe
PC
that was a
gaming,
launch
so-
game for
Yeah.
PS5, wasn't it?
Confirmed.
The final piece of news, Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition
Fuck.
was rated by, or it
It
popped
was
up
rated
on,
poorly.
it was
by
rated
everyone
by
except
the
Wacken.
ESRB, America's ratings people. So that's coming, hopefully.
In other news.
So what
no
is
one
this?
cares.
Just a HD version of...
It'll be the same thing as Age of Empires 1 Definitive Edition, which is like 4K support and all of that.
Is that on
All the
Xbox?
DLC. Not yet, but it could be.
Can
Sure.
you wake me up when we talk about something cool?
And now to World War Z.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm awake. Fuck, I love Left 4 Dead 2.5.
I would
you
say-
could even call it Left 4 Dead 3.
I could call it Left 4 Dead 3.
No, Valve don't do sequels.
No, true.
No.
Oh, they don't do
Trilogies.
threes.
Trilogies? They don't do
They don't do
threes.
threes.
That's why they called it World War Z.
Yeah.
Technically not Left 4 Dead 3. It's
Sleeper hit?
really good.
It is a clone. It's a clone of Left 4 Dead, but that's not a bad thing.
No,
it's
there
a
hasn't been any.
bloody good clone.
Well, there's been a lot of clones, but they're all bad.
Except for the weapon progression for one person in the entire world.
Just want a fucking assault rifle.
How many
That
games?
upgrades a lot. Half the
Yeah.
game I've played, no upgrades. My fault for not checking.
Yeah, no, I've been doing fine.
But
Yeah.
otherwise, no complaints. And I don't even care about that. I'll still play it because
I
it's
mean,
fucking fun to kill giant piles of zombies.
It's got that perfect
Fine.
formula
It's
of
terrifying.
the director mode type thing, which I'm sure they're using some variation of it.
Mm-hmm.
The types of zombies are really good. You got your screamers, you got your hunters, you got your
The horde
tank things.
or the numbers on screen is definitely a
And the
advancement
teammates
in
are
technology.
always just so good to play with. Like,
Mhm.
I've never had a bad game with bad
No, we've
teammates.
played with all
Hey,
good
Wackers.
people, I think.
Wait,
Online.
are we talking about me?
Yeah. No, we're talking about the people you play with and how
Yeah.
they're shit. When
Oh,
we get paired
wait,
with
so
them.
you guys-
I've never heard this man swear ever. And literally, like, we hadn't even loaded the game, and you're like, fuck this. I was like, it's a loading screen. Relax.
We had a pretty good session that time too. The first session we had, we got paired with some people that shouldn't play video games. Like, we're bad, but they are. Oh.
We play games
Yeah.
badly, but that's almost on purpose.
Yeah, at least we enjoy it. I can't enjoy it with these people being so shit.
So basically, like, you know, your aim for a level is to get from point A to point B with little stops on the way where you have to kill waves of zombies or find things, that sort of thing. Some people, there are points in the levels where you just have to, it literally says assemble. Avengers assemble, right
All
there.
you have to do is walk to a point.
Oh, and you
stop.
know what my favourite thing is? When they stand right outside the door and it's like, just get in the fucking room. To
Hey,
get
we did that,
inside
didn't we?
the fucking room.
I remember this now. Wackers, just come in the door. The doors will shut. Just come in the door. We'll just stand out the front for a
I
little bit.
assume people just like killing zombies so much they don't want to go in the door.
Yeah.
I mean, I do too.
But then
that's
when it
what
gets to the point they're
points-
like, alright, I'll do it now, then it's too late and you get overrun.
I'm
Yeah.
all about that XP.
To level up guns that don't work.
Yeah.
Same.
It was a bit of a rocky launch. We did have some problems.
We struggled in there. I think they underestimated the
Oh yeah, well
Demand.
they had to pump up some
demand.
servers, didn't they?
did.
Yeah.
And they did it. What was that, day one?
Yeah, like instantly.
They did it very quickly.
That
Please
is-
note, all other developers, if something needs fixing that's going to affect the functionality of your game, it's
Fix
probably a good idea to do it straight away.
Yeah.
Because there was no betas or anything for this, so that would explain.
Mm.
That this is a
server-side
beta.
issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is literally.
Yeah.
But I'm
It's
enjoying
actually
it.
refreshing to not have an early access game.
It's true.
Finally,
Mm-hmm.
that's like it works well.
Everything else, gameplay wise,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah,
Everything, the shooting feels good. the killing zombies feels good. When you get a bit overrun, it's
quite
terrifying.
when the zombies start climbing each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, and I feel like that's going to get even more towards the end. We're probably halfway through.
We've done the
story
first, and we've done a bit of the third episode. I'm
Yes.
hoping they add more.
I feel like
Oh,
the
yeah.
way they've done it in episodes.
I reckon
I'll
there'll
add
be
more.
DLC coming because I guess this is the base game. They're waiting to see how it launched, and it launched well. So now they've got the cash flow.
Yeah. There'll be a bit of bug fixing and stuff, and then they'll properly work on DLC, I think. But
The DLC is probably already there, to be fair.
yeah, the other thing that I really love about this game is it's a game that's online, it's multiplayer, and you don't need to have a full squad to play it
Yeah, true.
because of the AI. Like we could, the three of us, if Daniel was away off with Jesus,
He's not dead.
we
by the way.
can. He's not dead, but he's with Jesus. We can jump on and we
Some
can
sort of
play
religious
without
commune.
like that shitty fourth person. The shitty fourth person is the AI,
Yeah,
and that's okay because
Yeah.
that's AI.
they're like the bait. You just let them go and attract all the zombies, and Bob's your uncle.
Yeah.
It
Game
works
finished.
well.
The I actually think the worst experience that we had was when we just got to one of the horde sections, and it was just Rob and I, and somebody immediately activated
They
it.
triggered it before we
Oh,
put
I
our
was there. Was
defenses
that
up.
the gate?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yep.
I was there. I
Yeah.
wasn't doing much, so I could understand how you would think I was.
that's
there.
probably the angriest I was.
And it's somewhat punishing because there ain't no checkpoints.
Yeah.
If you die, you
Go back to the
you start
start.
again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You,
And-
you do get your XP. You don't get all your stats,
yeah.
but you still get your XP.
But you do get to like before these horde sections, you get to set up traps and like turrets and that sort of thing. So you actually get a lot of time to prepare. They
I
usually
hope
give
there's
you
a
like
lot
2
more of that
minutes.
towards the end of the game, like bigger sections of that.
Oh man, I'm
'Cause that's
going for a
fun as
huge
hell.
one. Yeah, the
That's a
one
lot
the
of
one we
fun.
did, which was the Jerusalem one, had a pretty big one at the end.
Yeah, that one's fun.
Yeah. But yeah, that's
It's a fun game.
a like
It's
a
gonna be fun to
7,
turn
7 or
on.
8 out of 10.
I reckon it's a solid 7.
Yeah, that would
Swimming in
be
sevens.
8 for me.
probably on my top 10 of the year so far. But I wouldn't be surprised if it drops off.
Have we even had
Yeah.
10 games released this year?
Exactly.
Exactly.
But it makes the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. And then again, I put in thousands of hours on Left 4 Dead.
I
This
think
is-
when we're all like, if we're having a session here, like a local co-op session, it's going to be fucking immense.
Oh.
Like to have
Just
4 people in
definitely-
the same room playing
I
it.
take no responsibility for my room.
The game would be
Yeah.
insane on PC as well.
We'll probably stream it when that happens.
Yeah.
After we stream Whackers in Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, which is happening. Don't stress. I've had
100%
many
happening.
messages from our fans saying when's this happening,
It's happening.
and now
I feel like
it's
that's
happening.
a pro player's speculation.
Nah,
No,
confirmed.
confirmed.
2 out of 3, that's confirmed.
Then The Exorcist VR.
True.
You'd be okay in that
Christ.
because that is soft.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I played it the other night.
Yeah.
So am I.
The softness will level out.
But yeah, it's fun. Killing zombies is always
Yeah,
enjoyable.
I enjoyed it. I only played a little bit, to be fair, so I probably didn't get a good feel for the whole thing, but it felt like Left 4 Dead, which is good. So I
Yeah.
didn't need to really go into detail. It's something when I finished playing Zelda and snap my Switch in half, I'll come back to this and just relax and enjoy. Because
Yeah.
fucking Zelda.
But yeah, we loved it. We'll keep playing it, and if there's DLC, we'll review the fuck out of it.
Correct.
Yeah.
And on to the next game that has sort of come out. It is in early access, sort of open beta, but it is the Anthology of Dreams. I'm calling it an anthology because it's a fuck ton of games in a single game.
So many games.
A plethora of games.
Yeah, so their launch is a bit strange. So it's a limited release. So when they fill up their however many numbers they can hold, they're going to take it off the store and not advertise it anymore. So it's
Yeah.
$40. You get the full version when it comes out, all the updates.
AUD. 40
Yeah,
bucks.
$40 AUD, which is quite reasonable. I assume it's going to be a full price game when it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Could be wrong.
If it was $40, I'll buy the shit out
100%,
of
I
it
think they're
because it's
gonna
going to
do
have
quite
VR
well.
support.
Yeah,
Cool.
and that's not even on there yet.
Yeah, I'm waiting for VR support because I played the beta and the tutorials are built for 2-year-olds.
Yeah,
I just
that's
can't deal. I
my
couldn't
biggest
deal with
battle.
it.
The
Like,
tutorials are long, and they kind of need to be.
Yeah,
But they are aimed at small children.
yeah.
And this-
It was painful to go through the tutorials, and I
is.
get why they do it. It's
And at one point in the tutorials, I tried to skip ahead because I'm like, I know what they're going to do here, but they sneak other stuff in between the tutorial.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to sit through them because they go, oh, you could also do this, and you're like, oh fuck, I never would have known that.
No, I haven't
So-
played any of the building bit. I've only played the actual games that people have made, and some are very good. Some are like you can tell people are just
PT
testing out.
Silent Hill confirmed.
Yeah, we played the PT
Sorry,
one. That is
Silent
incredible.
Silent
I haven't
Hills.
The PT one is incredible. The stuff that people have made in the short amount of time it's been out leads me to believe that people are working on stuff that's going to floor me.
Yeah, I'm impressed with that. I can't create.
And I'm definitely going to keep delving in the create, because everyone online keeps saying, once you get over the hill of
Pro Play's
it being
game
impossible?
confirmed, late 2019.
Actually,
Developer
true.
Rob.
it's probably going to
Can
be a
you do
platformer.
co-op creation?
Someone's being shot outside. Just saying. Shots fired.
Can you do what, sorry?
Co-op creation?
You
You create together?
not at the same time. You
Okay.
could create, upload it, and then someone could remix it
Okay.
and continue on.
Maybe we should do that. We'll make a Pro Plays.
It's
the four of
impossible
us.
to make with one person. You want to add more chefs
Yes.
to that kitchen?
That is the chaos that we
Yeah.
represent.
Something Pro Players will be released on Dreams, and we'll let you know about it when it comes out.
Yeah, well, yeah, the games that are on there that are really fun are number 1, Crabman Apocalypse.
Oh, Crabman.
Oh,
Now,
fucking
Crabman, Destroyer of Worlds.
Destroyer
That's
of
it.
Worlds.
Destroyer of
That's
Worlds,
it.
Crabman.
Oh, if you have a chance, play fucking Crabman Destroyer of Worlds.
We'll try and-
What a
We'll
game.
try and get a little video up
Yeah.
of Crabman, because that is next level gaming.
What else was there?
The four-wheel drive game, which I have no idea what it's called, where you
That
drive a
is
four-wheel
good.
drive
Jeep
into
game. That's cool. PT.
holes and stuff. PT, someone's recreated,
Mm-hmm.
which is mind-blowing, because I've used
And-
the creator tools, and that's not possible.
And
but they've
terrifying.
done it. Yeah, actually quite scary.
What else was there? Oh, there's so many.
There's lots, but those are the standout ones, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's early days. I've seen how long the creation stuff takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
People would be working on stuff,
Mm.
and it's just going to slowly start popping up.
Yeah. Speaking of creating stuff, something that I completely forgot about, Super Smash Bros. Had an update.
Oh, I did.
And
And
it's
it's great
got
levels.
Joker's out, and you get a level builder, which some people are actually building really cool things with penises.
A lot of people built penises.
Oh, that's all
But-
they've been doing.
Also saw a really cool one today where it starts off with like you're in sort of an empty block.
It turns into a penis.
No, and then Tetris pieces come down. It fills up, and then it's just like a flat level.
Oh, that's fucking
But you've got to
cool.
dodge all the Tetris pieces.
Oh, fuck, that's cool.
So he's made basketball. So you spawn above cannons that shoot you down into it, and then there's teleports at each end that take you below the level, and you die immediately.
Fuck, how good are people at making things?
Like, I wasn't expecting anything that complicated to be able
Yeah,
to
I
be
just
made.
thought it would be normal. Alright, I'm going to
Yeah.
turn that on after we finish here, just
I'll
to have a look
have
at
to
it.
check it out. And we've got a pretty short episode today, mainly because we're pretty drained from Easter, and also we've probably forgotten a ton of news. But our final review, which these two will be very happy about, Anno 1800, which is another Ubisoft game.
Is that
Ubisoft.
Didn't know that.
And it's very good. If you like city building simulation, or if you'll like Anno 1800, it's got a bit of strategy and management in it as
Explain
well.
it to me, what?
So, this is the first Anno game I've really properly got into. But the idea is you are in the sandbox mode. It's got a story mode, but it's... I don't know, you don't have to play that. So you're a company that's starting out on an island, and you
What
basically...
time is it based in?
1800.
True. I
Thought
thought
that
there
was
was
pretty-
1800 versions of the game, but
So that was pretty obvious.
Actually true, though.
But you start out with some resources. You have to build like logging camps. Then the logs you have to turn into planks. Use the planks to build houses to attract people. The people have needs, so you have to build you have to give them food, which is fish. You have to give them schnapps, and then they upgrade to the next class, and the next class wants different things, and you can unlock more stuff. Basically, it gets more complicated as it goes on. It's just sort of a bit more micromanagey than other sort of simulation games like that, because you have to think about what am I missing, and the more happy your people are, the more money they give.
Are you like a
essentially.
god?
Yeah,
Or
you're
you're
more
like
you're like the head of you're like the governor. They call it a company, but you're like the governor of an island.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
And then you can colonize other islands. You can go to the New World and exploit the natives.
Excellent. Yeah.
The first thing that happens in the campaign, actually, which I think is a bit of a thing, it's like,
Take over?
not quite. It's like you go back to the old world with your companion friend who happens to be a native of the area. It's like, how did this start?
Interesting.
What is the relationship here? I feel like in our post-colonial world, it needs to be handled a little bit differently the way they do it, which it's not done badly, but you know, it's very much like, I'm colonizing the new world in a very exploitative way. But like, other than that, I have no problems with it. Build cool ships. I'm basically stuck at a point because they keep on wanting more things and I'm not giving it to them, so they're taking all my money.
Sounds realistic.
Yeah, it's basically
Life simulator.
Yeah. But I'm going to keep playing it. I'll be playing it this week. And what else happening this week? We have Days Gone coming out.
Days Gone. I'm very excited.
But before that, we have Endgame. And I'm sure at the end of that, one of the post-credit scenes will be a trailer for a new Avengers game. Definitely confirmed. Right here.
Oh, fuck. That's a good idea that I'll never do.
Yeah.
Also, did you know that yesterday in 1989, the Game Boy was released? Happy birthday.
I didn't know that.
There you
I
go.
don't think anyone knew that.
Smart.
Probably Nintendo.
Reggie
Nintendo
knew
man.
that.
Reggie knew.
So yeah,
Sure.
birthday for Game Boy.
Mm.
1989.
Well, it wasn't it Jesus' birthday? Oh, no, he died.
Game Boy's fun.
No, wait, he came back.
So what have we been playing, lads?
Yeah, we just talked about that.
Yeah, Anno 1800.
No, we
Okay.
talked about
What
whackers
was
playing Anno 1800.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey still fucking get it. It's the shit.
Yeah, so you're selling me on it a little bit, but I'm just... have you got it on disc?
Mm.
I'll borrow it.
I'm
Yeah,
not going
when
to
I've
do
finished
it before Days Gone. Days Gone's almost here.
Yeah, I think I'm not going to get as much as I want to play new games like Days Gone. I really want to finish Odyssey because I want to see where it goes.
PlayStation, please don't listen to that. We
Who is
play
this
all of
guy?
your games as soon as they come out.
Who is this guy?
It's
Every
okay.
10 out of 10 AAA
Ubisoft
game.
can listen to me. PlayStation can listen to you.
Ubisoft too busy writing checks at the time.
Write checks to us to play the game.
Days Gone's going to be another hit. Call on it now.
We're not sponsored by anyone yet.
But we are open to
We are
offers.
taking offers.
Sean Layden, you have my number. Is he still there?
So-
Did he leave?
We've
Sean
been playing
Layton.
a fair bit of VR.
No.
What was that new one
I
that
think
you
I called him
played?
the Xbox guy earlier.
The-
Sorry, Sean.
Motion time stop little simulator thing. What was that called?
Just in time.
Just
No.
in time. Yeah? No.
Just
Something.
in time.
Just in
What's
Time
this?
Incorporated. It's a VR game where you stop time and you work for an insurance company. And you have to stop people dying.
That was
Oh yes.
they're
Wait,
like-
is that on
Fucking-
PS4?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucking
Holy shit, I'm
crazy.
getting that.
It's so good.
That looks
We
amazing.
got it here.
In the game, you're meant to protect Trump anyway. But I thought I'd see what happened if you killed him.
Yeah.
Not much.
Well, in the
Oh, mate,
trailer,
did I get
in,
a
the
trophy?
in the trailer, they hit him with
Yeah.
stuff.
Did I get a trophy for killing him?
You would hope so.
I might have.
Not that we condone killing Trump.
No, it's just the game. I don't even know if it's Trump. It just looks like him. And you can take his toupee off. Fuck.
Actually,
Jesus.
there's lots of games with a lot of anti-Trump through them at the moment.
There is. We're surrounded
Yeah.
with something else too.
Which isn't a bad thing at all.
Political time.
I just got back from America. They don't like it, man. They don't
Yeah.
like
Yeah, no, especially in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, strange. Strange.
We don't get very political here, but we will when we have to.
Yeah, like, I know nothing about it, but I will make stuff up to make Matt angry. And it's great.
I'm just saying that we will always be supporters of Wolfenstein because they're great campaigns of just...
I
Fucking
know. It's
punching
like
and
one of my
killing
favorite.
Nazis.
It's one of my favorite series. Like it's
The
awesome.
last one that came out, when there was just so much bad rhetoric around, and they were just like, fuck Nazis. And
Kill
everyone
these
was like,
guys.
hell yeah.
Yeah, good call.
Why are Nazis making a comeback? Like there's people out there in the
Don't-
world that are Nazis now, and I don't
Yeah.
understand that.
That's why Wolfenstein.
Do we
is
not get enough Wolfenstein as kids? Where did we go wrong?
I think so. It wasn't history lessons, it was Wolfenstein they were lacking.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's pretty much all we've got for this
Thank
week.
God. It's a downward spiral, and I'm just thinking of more stuff to take us deeper.
good. We're just going to talk about Days Gone next episode.
Yeah,
It'll
pretty
be a lot
much.
of days gone. We may have a new non-segment segment because we don't do segments.
No segments. We're going to have a segment.
Rants in my pants, is that it?
Rants in my pants, I think. Look, we really liked our discussion on soundtracks, so from now on we're going to be talking every episode after this one, of course. Hopefully we've got the gang all here about a like video game mechanic or topic, and we are going to just fucking talk shit about it. I think the first one we were going to do was like driving, so like what games have good driving and what's the best driving in games and what games is driving shit.
Most.
Pretty much most.
Most.
But we're going to
Easy topic.
We will
Most.
be ranting in our pants.
Ranting in our panties.
Yes. So look, you've got that to look forward to next week.
Days Gone next week will be
Yeah.
a big talking point.
You never know, there might be some Age of Empires news.
We got Division Raid coming up. Is that soon?
No, it got delayed.
Fuck!
Didn't even make the news because we all saw it coming.
Oh,
It's very sad.
I just leveled up too.
I think it's only delayed to the next month, though.
Oh,
Just a month.
It might as well be.
No,
a year.
like a week. So it'd be like first week of May.
I don't know about that.
That's what they all say.
Anyway, that's for next week. Hopefully there's next
well,
next week.
I'm not
next
going to be
episode.
playing it because Days Gone's out. So,
Yeah.
yeah, good game. Good guys. Good game. Well done. You just ruined my life.
Anyway, thank you for listening.
I feel like I'm not done, but we'll close.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Peace.
Yeah.
No, fuck. We'll be back in a couple of weeks, and until then, you
Check our
should...
socials. Check our stuff. We'll be dropping bits and pieces all throughout the week. But for now,
Peace.
farewell, my friends.
Respect to Jesus
Fuck.
from Daniel, who's with Jesus. Bye.